Hi everyone, and welcome to my craft room. I'm Julianne Richards. Thank you for everyone who accepted my event. Welcome. I'm going to do some live crafting today, so as I say, welcome everyone who's watching live and anyone who watches in replay. I hope you like what I'm going to do. Today I'm going to use the, if I can get the light off it, the First Frost set, which to be honest is my go-to. I'm absolutely addicted to this set and to the obviously to the framelits that come with it in the bundle. Hey Michelle, thanks for joining in, doll. Anyway, so I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to make a card very similar to this one. I've got to turn the sound down on my iPad. There you go. I've got a card very similar to this one. If I can get the light on that as well, I might have to undo my blind, which is, it's a sort of a really soft bouquet of flowers, which you could probably use for a wedding or for a birthday or a sympathy or a get well, or, you know, just because you love beautiful things. Anyway, so I will turn my, hi Donna, I'll turn my camera around. If you get seasick, turn away for a little bit because I'm going to have to orientate it so everything's around the right way. So bear with me. If you see anything in the craft room that's messy, just bear with me, because like this metre square here is the only tidy bit of this craft room at the moment. I'm actually on my last day of holidays, so the craft room has had lots of use, and I haven't quite got around to cleaning it up. I might get that before I go back to work, or I might just close the door on it and go back to work anyway. So bear with me, I will orientate myself. So here we go. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Nearly there. I think you're probably upside down, so I'll just tip you that way. Oh. And that way. Come on. No, go on that way. Come on, you idiot. Come on, you don't want to be upside down. Alright, hang on guys. It was working perfectly when I did it before. Oh, okay, you can't do it while you're... Alright, hang on. Okay, so... yeah, we're upside down there guys. Hang on, I'll fix the... How's that? You can see a lot of my tripod, but not a lot of my craft. Like I said, don't get seasick on me. Go that way. Cool. I think we're nearly there. Because it's all back to front, it actually is going the opposite way. Anyway, I think that's about right. You can see my tummy there. That's got to be good. Not that my tummy's good, but anyway. Okay, so I'll sit down, pop my glasses on. So as I said, this is the card I'm going to be making for us today. That's a lot better with the light on it. It's basically just some stamped images with some leaves and a pretty ribbon as well, and some of the designer series paper. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing I will do for this one is with powder pink stamp pad. I will do just straight stamps, 3 of the large blossoms or large roses from the set. Just make sure you can see everything. 1, 2, and this is just straight stamped straight from the pad. So that's 3 of that one, and 1 of the small blossom there as well. So that's the flowers for the card. Also I've got, so that's the last of the powder pink. So I love this one. This is Berry Burst, but as we all know, it's very, very, very vivid and glorious. So I'm going to do the little bud in that one, but I'm going to stamp it off. And I'm going to actually stamp it off. Oh, this pad goes that way. I'm actually going to stamp it off twice off the paper. So it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's nice and, you know, not quite as bold there. So that's all for the Berry Burst. Then I've got, I think, which have to be my favourite colour, the Soft Sea Foam. I'm going to do the, what am I going to do? The stem, this one here, which is the stem with the little spray of flowers at the top and the leaves. So that actually forms the stem. If you have a look under there, it forms the stem of our bouquet. So I actually do this one straight, and I've actually done 2 just for good measure, and those leaves and pretty sprays are quite nice as well. That one's a little bit light, but that's fine. So that's a lovely sort of soft colour. And the last thing I've done with stamping anyway is this one, which is the sort of, I don't know what we'd call it, guys, sort of a string of leaves, and I've done this one in Mossy Meadow. I'm not seeing any comments here, guys, just bear with me for a minute. That's better. That's better. Hi Angie, hi Wendy, oh hello Margaret, thanks for joining me. Anyway, so what did I say? Mossy Meadow is this one, and I'm actually stamping this one off once before I put it onto my paper. So that's that one. Actually, I might do it twice. That's quite dark. Some days I'm stronger than others. Yeah, that's better. So that's there. So that makes up the stamped portion of the card. Now, I could run all this through. I'm going to run this through my Big Shot with the framelits that come with the bundle, but life's too short, and as I say, I go back to work on Monday, so I don't want to be here forever doing that. So I've actually run some off already. So there you are. So basically you just run those through your Big Shot with your framelits, or cut them out by hand if you've got the patience of a saint, and you'd have your flowers ready for your card. But here I've got some I prepared earlier. Oh, there's some other bits and bobs. Okay, so here they are. So we've got our little buds, flowers, stems, rows of leaves. Plus, I've also run off with my Big Shot and the framelits, I've run off some, using the silver glimmer paper, some leaves, and there is a glorious like spray, like a bridal spray in that set as well. So on glimmer paper I've done 2 lots of those, and I've done in silver foil, done some more of that beautiful spray and some of the leaves, and in vellum I've done 2 of that very long line of leaves there as well for our background, and some, I did a couple in white as well. So just go mad, just do as much as you have, just do as much of that glitter and bling as you would like. So that forms the basis of my bouquet there in that glorious glittery pile. So this bouquet, as you can see, has lots of elements stuck together in a central focus, and it's a matter of layering them up and making sure that they stick so that things don't fall off when your lucky recipient opens their envelope. So to do that, I use a piece of Whisper White cardstock. That's the 2-inch diameter one. And so what you can choose your favourite adhesive. You could coat that with glue. I think that would be a bit messy. You could coat it with double-sided tape or tear and tape. So I've actually gone the double-sided tape option. This isn't Stampin' Up, so you'll have to forgive me, but the tearing tape would be just as good. You'd have to just layer it quite close together. So basically here I have a 2-inch circle diameter, and I've layered that, and hopefully you can see that if I bring that up nice and close. I've got that quite thick double-sided tape butting up onto each other, and I've cut it to the size. So I'll just rip that off, and that will give me a circle of cardstock with a sticky surface to stick my beautiful bouquet to. Now, that one thing I remember about being a early teens was that I went to Girls Brigade, which was the too much information, Julianne, which was the Anglican church version of Girl Guides, I suppose, and we did a flower ranging badge. Doesn't that sound sexist? Kids would just laugh at you today if they said you want to do that. We did a cooking badge as well. That was really, really, really bad. Anyway, I thank my ability to cook scones on that today. So anyway, so I did a flower arranging, getting back to the topic, did flower arranging. So I sort of vaguely remember the principles of flower arranging. And basically you start with a nice tall backing. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow those principles. Thank you, Mrs. Hills, who I remember from Girls Brigade. And we'll start fanning some of our taller elements at the back. So we'll start with this in the vellum, this long set of leaves. And we will, they still do badges, do they, Angie? Yeah, I'm sure they do. Some things never change. And this one's actually quite long. It will go all the way down to cross the thing. So I might chop it a little bit shorter because it's not going to worry it too much. And I'll just place these all around the back. I'm probably showing my age saying I went to Girls Brigade. Remember that beautiful blue uniform there was. If my mum's watching, I'm sorry. I really did enjoy it. I'm glad you sent me. Here we have our glimmer paper spray. So I will carefully place that on there as well. No chucking happening. And I'll put some leaves. Just trying to copy what I did with the other one because I thought it was just about perfect. I'll put some, where's my white ones here? Put those, and because we're actually, sticking everywhere now. Because you're actually only seeing the top of these, you can actually chop them off a little bit. That's sort of slightly overlapping that one. And maybe some leaves. Where's my silver leaves? Where are your leaves? There you are. Yet again, we don't need all of it, so I'm going to chop that off. And I actually do use those lower two leaves later on to nestle in between our roses. Put that there. So it just shows. Oh, actually, I might go. That. Oh! I might just put that little bit of there. Up there. And put our leaves over the top. Now you will get to the point where you're overlaying things so much that you run out of sticky parts, but that's okay. I'll show you what to do in that case. And cut this one off a little bit as well. Put that in there. And then we've got some, this one, no, this one. Put that in there. So as you can see, we're building up a nice tall background for our for our beautiful flowers when we come to them. Pop this one, this white one, just sneak out the side there. Okay, so as I say, this one here is going to be our stalk, our stem of our bouquet. So really all we want is the bottom part of that. So we'll chop that off. We'll just put that so it sticks out at the bottom there. I could probably go a little bit more. There we go. So that looks quite blingy all by itself. Quite like that. Okay, so there's not much adhesive area left there, so you could do, and what I will do is put another layer of, if I can find it here, yeah, another couple of pieces of double-sided tape over that, just so that our next layer has something to stick onto. And voila. So if we're happy with what we've done there, we can actually start putting our flowers and our buds on. So what I do first of all is and the circle is really good because it gives you a focal point. So I basically know now that the background is higher than the circle, and now I'm going to cover in the circle with the actual flowers. So it gives you a sort of a focus, a sort of outer rim to organise your flowers within. So there's our little one, and then on one of the bigger ones I'll pop that over there. So yet again you can see the circle comes around there, so I'll just align the edge of that rose with the boundary of our circle. Have that one pointing, don't want it to cover the little one too much. I'll have that one pointing out like that. Then the third big rose, I'll put that on this side, and again we want it to sort of follow the line of the circle. Yep, that's good. And it's sticking to that second layer. This one here, I'm actually going to give it a little bit of dimension by putting it on dimensionals. If I can find my dimensionals, here they are. Just put that on a couple. Used to be a leader, Angie. No, it was definitely a learning experience. I did enjoy it. Started my boys at Scouts, but they didn't quite, technological age had taken over, so they didn't quite get into it like I did. They thought it was a bit of a waste of time. So there, I've got my 3 flowers on there, and so I've got a little bit of a gap in there in the middle. So what I might do is add, cut him off a little bit, he's a little bit long, add some leaves so that one of those leaves sort of covers over that gap a little bit. If I can get that down there, sort of got to go past, where are we? Yeah, sort of go past where the double-sided tape is. So I'll pop that on with a little bit of glue, just on the back there, so it sticks to the underneath side. Oh. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, and last but not least, we've got our little buds in our berry burst. There's one. Where's the other? Little bud. Okay, extra points if anyone can find my little bud. The second one. It's not in my hand. Have you dropped on the floor? Egg. Ah, there it is. Okay, so I think the stems of both of these are going to be too long, so I'll cut them off. one behind the roses coming up to the side there, and I'll do those with mini dots so they've got a little bit of dimension as well. Mini dimensionals, I mean. New packet. Nothing nicer than a new packet. Come on. I'll pop him up there so that that dimensional just sticks to that little piece of vellum there. Okay, and the other one, chop off his bottom a bit. Same deal. Come on. Pop him up under here. So again, his dimensional sticks to those. Okay, so I think that is a thing of beauty just the way it is, although my leaves have moved. Hang on, bear with me. There we go. Stick there. Okay, I think that is a thing of beauty. So if you decided that you didn't have enough height in that and you've taken up all that spot, you can actually just attach things behind, which is what I might actually do. I might add that in there. So you can just chop it off a little bit, it's too long. And then pop a little bit of glue on it. Just a tiny touch because it's going to be stuck to the card. Yep. So, and I will position that up behind because I think it just needs a little bit of height in there. Cool. Hopefully you guys think that's as pretty as I do. Yeah, so now we've made it, let's do something with it. So this little card here, it's just a basic landscape card with some of the DSP. That's actually the DSP from, not from the first Frost pack, it's from the, oh, someone help me, the one with all the beautiful flowers. Bouquet Promenade Bouquet. Anyway, so that, I think that grey is just adds a bit of class without being too overwhelming. So let's make the rest of that. So basically I've got our standard card base. That's cut 11, that would be, yeah, 8 1/4 inches long by 5 3/4 wide or 5 1/2 wide, and then scored halfway for your landscape card. Just get rid of all these bits. I've also got, and I suppose if you've got lots and lots and lots of silver foil, you could use a whole piece of silver foil behind there, but given that it's precious, I've actually just cut 2 centimetre wide strips at the same length as my card. So I'll actually attach those, get that out of the way, attach those to the back so it looks like I've splurged on a whole piece of silver foil. And again, we love our glue, our Tombow, because we can move things and get them in the right position. I don't know anyone who ever gets their cards in the right position first time. It's always nice to have a bit of wriggle room. And too much ink, too much glue. You and me, Michelle, too much glue together. Okay, so that's the top one. And then, actually I think probably would be best to use snail adhesive for this. So I'm going to get my glue everywhere. And then I'm going to have to be a bit more precise because it doesn't have the forgiveness. Okay, that's good. Yeah, no, I actually, the idea of making the circle, I was making I wanted to make this bouquet, but I was making a horrible mess. I was getting glue everywhere. It was a real nightmare. And I actually thought of it. I'm going to claim I thought of it. I'm sure there's YouTube videos and everything where people have thought of it before me, but yeah, that came into my head. So I'm going to claim that one for myself. Okay, so we've basically got our DSP with the top and bottom in silver. I'll attach that to the card, slightly up of centre, slightly higher than centre, because we want to put our sentiment down in here. So pop that one on. Ended up with bits everywhere. There we go. Silent pause there. While I concentrate. There we go. And we'll put our, now the bouquet is slightly larger than the width of our card, so it actually has to be at a sort of a graceful sidewards angle there, but I think that's pretty darn good. So the beauty of our circle is that I now have a circle just to add glue to, rather than all the bits and bobs of the various flowers underneath it, oh, leaves and things. I'll chuck that on there. And the circle actually gives, because we're not actually gluing all the other bits down, the circle actually lets the rest of it take the life, give its life. It doesn't glue it to the card, it still is able to bounce out at us. So that's pretty special, I think. I don't know about anyone else, but we've got weddings. I'm doing so many wedding cards at the moment, it's just crazy. So so this one has been, as quicker as I make them, people have been taking them off my hands. So that one's there. Okay, so what I've done here is I've got this glorious Gothic scroll, you know, font of the painted glass set, which I think matches that perfectly. And it's here somewhere. I'm just going to emboss that, if I can find it. Here it is. On a tiny little piece of Whisper White. Where's my buddy? I'm going to remember my buddy. And my ink and my silver. Okay, so doesn't matter too much. I'm going to have to trim it off, so it doesn't matter if it's overly crooked. Get that out of the way. That would be a shame if something happened to that. A bit of extra there, just get rid of that. Sometimes your buddy lets you down. Cool. Forgive the noise. It's the best noise in the world. I love watching this take effect. Love it as it turns. Here we go, it's turning now. It's going to burn my fingers. Swap ends. Beautiful. Oh, well, there you go. Michelle, I am totally addicted to this one. I will be using it all year round, even though it's, you know, supposedly a Christmas one, but it's just so versatile. No one was interested in doing a class on it though, which I find amazing. They all wanted to do Santa Clauses and things like that, which is fine, but you know, this is special, this one. Just going to cut this down. Now, I could have mounted the sentiment on silver or dimensionals or anything, but I've just left it as plain. Just stuck it straight to the card. And I think I preferred it that way because it's just, the flowers are just so special. I didn't want anything to take from the flowers in any way. So I've done that, totally ballsed that up. Excuse my French. Cool. I'm going to have to fiddle with that one a bit. Anyway, you guys get the feel, get the picture. I'm going to just chop that down off screen and looks like my camera's moved up, and attach it to the card, just in that little corner, just straight to the card, with glue. Inside, yeah, maybe some stamps, just sort of very pale of the spray. I think I did in one of the cards I did was just some of the spray, very pale, but I think that front just says it all. So that's that one. I'll show you another one I have done somewhere in a slightly different colour. Oh, the bow. The bow. I haven't put the bow on. Forgive me. There is a beautiful Stampin' Up bow with a silver metallic edge, which I haven't got, but I would love to get. I will get in the future order. But you can use this one. I've actually used just a commercially available. It actually matches the ribbon the bridesmaids were having in their hair for the wedding that I did this one for. So that was sort of nice. It carried the theme of the wedding. So I've sort of stuck with that one there. So that one's very special. Hopefully a bit of a keepsake. This one here I have done. That's just straight stamped. I think that's berry burst with the Merry Merlot. It has the sprigs, and all the colours are a lot more vivid. And I actually embossed the background with the leaves. There's a leaf embossing folder that we've got, which is lovely. So it sort of carries on the theme. So that's more of that's the square version of that one with an organza ribbon. So I love that one as well. That's a far more impact, that one. Okay, so that's that card. Hopefully everyone will go out and try those beautiful bouquets now. How long have we been going? I thought I might try to wing it for the next one, like our illustrious leader does so successfully, although I'm not pretending that it's going to be successful like Donna does, but I'm going to wing it. So there's actually, I sort of know what I'm going to do, but anyway, I was mucking around yesterday afternoon with the, with the Swirls and Curls embossing folder, and I thought to myself, wouldn't that be, I know it's spectacular just plain, and it's very spectacular with the glimmer paints, which I don't have, so I wondered how it would be embossed. And I thought, oh wow, I am the first person ever in the universe to think of embossing this folder. And then I think Chrissy actually shared a video of another demonstrator she'd done that morning where she'd embossed this folder. So I cursed somewhat and thought, damn, I haven't invented a new technique. I was going to name it after myself and everything, but I thought, oh well, persevere. I'm sure there's not that many original ideas in the universe, so I'll just go with that. So what I did was I actually made one yesterday. So I haven't, not really ringing it, I actually did one yesterday. I did this one. So this is Merry Merlot. It's using our Dashing Deer framelits and stamp set. And I've actually got a little panel of embossed Merry Merlot there, but I've actually heat embossed it with gold. So I thought I might, when I did that one, I thought I might give it a go today, but in a white with silver. I seem to be attracted to white with silver, so anyway. Yeah, we don't have, well, when your delivery arrives that morning and you want to put it on in the afternoon, I'm sure, yes, you don't have much choice. So I'm getting a bit of build up here, but anyway, so I thought I'd give that a go today and just wing it, and you guys can tell me how I read that as you're not a whinger, Michelle. I'm sure you're not a winger or a whinger. Anyway, so I will just quickly tidy up what I don't need out of this. Bear with me for a second. Actually, I won't put those away because I want to clean them. Just get them out of sight, out of mind. So what I thought I would start with is a panel of Whisper White. Which I will cut. So if I lose you here, I'm fiddling around with my camera a bit. Just tell me if I've gone off the view. So I'll cut it to 4 inches. Isn't it funny? Cards to me are always inches. Everything else is centimetres and kilos, but cards, I always measure them in inches. I suppose because most of our demonstrators are American. To 5 3/4. Probably have to trim that down eventually. With that. So then I'll go back to first principles, and I've got to show you something as well, but I'll do it in a minute. I'm getting distracted. Okay, embossing body to the ready. And right, so I suppose we've got the choice here. We can either emboss, use a Versamark ink on the top side or the bottom side. I think in this one I actually did this. I heat embossed that panel, but I think I might try the top one in this case. Okay, Versamark ink. Yes, I think it was actually Shelley. Is it Wodge? What it was a yeah. She was an Australian lady. Michelle. Okay, so where's my thingy? I'm going to not bring my big shot into view because I don't have very much space there, but you can hear me behind the scenes doing my embossing. So I'll pop this over onto here. Just talk amongst yourselves for a second. Yep. Now I think the idea with this one is to not let it bounce too much, because otherwise you're going to get, you know, double ups of your ink on the. So it needs to be all done in one sort of fairly even go through. So I've got that. I'll get my little piece of card. Right. Let's see. It's always like Christmas. It's either going to be a disaster or a success. But hey, what can go wrong with silver? Using a whole thing of embossing powder here. Thankfully it'll all go back in. Okay. Okay. See, I must have bounced a little bit down here, but the top part's quite quite defined. So let's do that. Okay, here we go, noisy again. Come on, turn. Now look at this bit down here on this side, it's just perfect. I might just use part of this, I think. Maybe use it as a circle or a... Yeah, I think it's, Michelle, I think it's something you've got to sort of, you could do 100 of them and you might get 3 or 4 that turned out to your satisfaction. There we go, we're turning now and all over. Ow, burning my fingers. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, well, apart from some double ups down here, I think that is beautiful. What do we think of that? That is pretty darn special. Or what does Donna say? Super cute. Pretty super cute. Oh, no, I think it's cute. It's not cute. It's not like snowman cute, but it's quite nice. Okay, so the winging it gets difficult now because I don't know what I'm going to do. How about we couple it with this, which I think is absolutely glorious. As you can see, I'm not using it all at once. I'm sort of cutting tiny little bits so that I've got it left. How about we go something like that? And maybe with some of my go-to silver foil. And we can just use the top and the bottom, which is the bits that I actually like. Yeah, I think I quite like that. Yeah. Alright, okay, so I'll keep that aside. Get myself what's left of that silver embossing everywhere. Make myself a card base. Clunk, clunk, clunk. Where's my bone folder? Oh, I lost it yesterday. Oh well, I won't bother with that. A bit of a card base happening. Then now this, I'll trim it down. I'll just trim that top bit off. So that's a bit yucky. furry there. I might need a new blade. Anyway, this happens when you wing it. Take it to 4 wide. Yep, it's 4 wide. There's my base. Base. Here we go. There. Myself. Maybe a 2.5 inch. And with that. And because I'm feeling special, I might actually use a whole piece of foil. So that's got to be 2.5 and a little bit top and bottom. So 2 3/4. Nice, very nice. How's that, guys? Put that on there. Look, to be honest, I really don't like that bottom bit there, so I'm going to admit to something. I actually did try this a little bit earlier today. Here's me saying I was winging it. So here's one here that's actually got no double uppy bits, so I'm going to just rip that off there. You know, bit of movie magic. That there, that there. Cool. I think I like that. Okay, so I'll just adhere all that there. Put that on the bottom. Move that out of the way. That's all I want that one for. So I started a Facebook campaign getting people to sign up for my newsletter, which I'm going to do religiously this year, as I've made my goals to the guys, so they all know publicly in my team that I'm going to be doing my newsletter. So yes, if you sign up to my newsletter from this business page and give me your address, I will send you a pack of dimensionals for free. That's all started. These ones, the pack of dimensionals, you get them in a pack similar to the mini ones. I've actually used my last one. So if you sign up to my newsletter, you will actually get a packet of our dimensionals for free, as long as you give me your address. And then I will send you a monthly newsletter with deals and links to my blog, special offers, card ideas, anything that takes my fancy during the month. To be honest, you'll never miss a thing. So if you stick to this business page and go to the newsletter tab, you will see the sign up sheet there. So make sure you give me your address so I can send you your dimensionals. I also have a special deal at the moment myself that I'm offering to new customers who buy the Stamparatus online with me. If you buy the Stamparatus online with me, I will send you the new grid paper, the small grid paper for the Stamparatus, which is amazing. And when I get my order, which has been a bit delayed reaching me, I will show a video with that. But if you buy the Stamparatus online with me, I think it's $85, I will send you the small grid paper for free as a gift from me to you. So they're the two offers I have going at the moment, and as I add new offers, I will keep you up to date with in my newsletter. So here we go. Sometimes winging it's not too bad. Too much glue again. I think we need to go to glue school, Michelle, you and I. Okay, so that's fairly silver. That's one thing I can say about it. I might put the dashing deer reindeer on the front just to take away, just to add a little bit of interest. So if I put him there, oh, what colour will I use? Maybe silver. Bear with me, I will do him. Yes, so finish this one and then I'll flip around for a final chat before signing off. If you have any questions about any of the products you've seen today or would like to join my team, the Chatty Stampers, you can do all that from my business page as well. So it's just a one-stop shop for everything Stampin' Up, which I truly believe are the best card making and scrapbooking products currently available. Sounds a bit earnest of me, doesn't it? Anyway, we'll put him on there. Cool. I'll put him on dimensionals. A mini one for there. Where's that one? Okay, I'm going to say this video's had long bits of silence, but you've actually watching me concentrate, which, you know, not many people get to say they've watched me concentrate. Guys at work definitely can't. Concentration is not my strong point. Okay, so I don't know what I feel about him. He's quite nice. I do like the technique. I might try it with some different colours. I think I actually like the Merry Merlot better. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that's actually nicer, a nicer combination, although I do love that paper. So yeah, the technique that I thought I discovered that I didn't discover, somebody else discovered and beat me to it. Anyway, I will discover a technique one day and I will call it the Julianne technique or something. Anyway, maybe. Okay, so that's enough winging it for today. That's the end of my crafting. I'll just flip everyone back over. Beware of seasicknesses. Bear with me, and if you see anything incriminating, don't blame me. Here we go. Oh, and I'm upside down. Am I upside down? There, I'm back. I'm back. Okay. Hello again. This is me. Oh, isn't it terrible how you look really scruffy after you've done stamping? You can see my board at the back. That's got my, is it the right way around? I can read back to front, which makes it difficult because I don't know if that's actually the right way. That's better. That's right. So you see my board. Oh, it's all back to front now. That's my board. And it has my internet site there, www.stamping without the G with Julianne, stampingup.net. I have a blogspot, Facebook and YouTube, all with that same tag, and that's my mobile if you want to ring me. And yeah, so, and at the top there is my October code. So if you want to order under $250, if you pop that code in, I will put a picture of it in the comments, so don't try and remember it. in October, you will go in the draw for free products if we, as a workshop, get over $250. So that's great. That's all I have for today. Oh, my iPad's died on me, and I'm actually upside down. Anyway, that's all good. My life's pretty much upside down. Thanks for staying with me. I know that was a long one. That was my first long one, my first winging it. But thanks very much, guys. I really appreciate your support. I think I need my roots done. Donna, I need you to come and do my roots for me. Anyway, enough silliness. And I will catch you guys shortly, soon. And have a great weekend and a great Friday. Yay. Bye. See ya.